Hey everybody, it's ModelcarNick here today, and I have a very special 1/18th scale model for you. This is the Kyosho Lamborghini Mirua Jota SVJ. So a very long name, but honestly a very cool model, and I'm excited to show you guys what it's all about. So overall, the car is finished in kind of this purpley or pinky, it's just a really interesting color. It's like a really light red, but it comes across as pink, and it just looks really good. It's kind of a burgundy almost color, so a really interesting paint job, and I think one of the best. As you can see, it's got really nice flake inside of it, so it just looks absolutely incredible. And these things are a deal. I picked up this model a few weeks ago, so in the month of October 2024, I paid about $100 for this model. I think $105 exactly, with a box and everything. So this was a really good get, and I'm going to show you some of the details and features and give you my overall opinions on it. So let's get into it. As you can see, besides this lovely paint, there's a two-tone finish with the gold wheels and the gold side skirts. But it's got an interesting color combination because the inside is peanut butter brown with some beige hints in there as well. So a really interesting color combination, and I think it looks absolutely incredible. So let's start off with the front of the model and show you some of the details here. This is a fully opening model, so we'll open some of the parts up as we go along. But yeah, starting up front, the headlights themselves look, nothing too crazy. They are, this is a really old car, obviously, so the headlight technology, especially now compared to new cars, isn't anything crazy. So you wouldn't expect to see great details on the headlights, just pretty standard. There is a nice Lamborghini badge on the hood. As you can see, that's an actual badge and not a sticker. So I think that's a really cool detail. Moving up on the hood, there is some vents up here that you can actually see through, but I know I'm not going to be able to really show you on camera too well. But up here, as you can see, there's actually real mesh inside the front grille. So honestly, kudos for them for putting that in there, because I don't really see that kind of level of detail anymore with these newer model cars. So yeah, up here as well, I think this is the gas cap or something like that. I could be totally wrong, but let's see, there is a cap of some sort that goes on top of that. But yeah, looking down here at the front splitter, that's just matte black plastic, but it looks fairly decent. And then we have some more of that really nice real mesh in the front of the car, and the fog lights right next to them. So really a nice front looking car, and a lot of great details. There's also these rivets all over the car. As you can see, they're just all over the place, but I think that makes this car really look unique. It's just an older car, and I think it's an incredible one. It's fastly becoming one of my favorite cars of all time. So let's get into some of the other details. Like I said earlier, this is an opening car, so the hood does open. That being said, it doesn't really stay open. I'm having a hard time, and I'm not sure if there's a latch of any sort, but I'll just hold it open. We'll get to the side of the car. I'm getting too focused or too distracted because there's so many details in this model. Sorry. So here's the front of the car. As you can see, a lot of really good details. There's a radiator fan up there, and then just some stickers and everything for all the I guess the liquids of the car. But yeah, there's also a spare tire up here, finished the same as the other wheels back here. So, honestly, really good detail. The rivets even follow through to the frunk itself. So honestly, just a really cool, front of the car that opens up. So I'm going to close that back down, and it just comes back pretty smoothly. So yeah, let's take a look at the side. So this model, when you move it around, it's kind of tough because everything does open. There's a lot of moving parts, so you just have to be really careful with it. But like I said earlier, there's some more grills down there. I don't think those are real. It's just like perforated plastic, but nothing really too crazy, but it looks really nice. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it just looks really good. But yeah, keep moving down. The wheels, like I said, are finished in this nice gold color, and there's a center lock in chrome. Yeah, nothing really too crazy, but they do look really good in my opinion. They're just finished really nicely. I think the paint application on this car is absolutely incredible. So moving down, I will say you kind of have a pretty big panel gap right here, but that could be standard for the real cars. I have no idea. But looking at the side of the car, there is a nice little side vent right there. And let me kind of give you a view of that. So, you know, just a lot of good details, more rivets all over the side of the car, including around the front windshield. But there's chrome around all the windows, and it looks really nice with chrome windshield wipers as well. So we'll keep moving down. We have a nice little open door handle finished in chrome, and a badge right here. I'm not too sure what it says. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments. But yeah, a bunch of more rivets around the rear deck lid and the rest of the car, so they follows through to the rear, and just really nice lines, as you can see. Just honestly a really great looking model. But yeah, there's these rear window slats right here that you can see through, which is really lovely. And this whole section will open up. But let me get through the rest of the rear first. Is more use of, I can't tell, it looks like real mesh potentially right there on the side of the car, which is a really lovely feature, and it looks really clean on this car. So let's take a look at these tail lights. So there's like 6 different color tail lights. It looks really crazy back here, but honestly, I absolutely love it. As you can see, there's some more mesh back here, quad exhaust tailpipes down there, and just take a look at that. You can see right through it, and it looks really cool. So this trunk does open, which is really nice. Get some good luggage in this car, and it's finished in felt, which is a really lovely detail. As you can see, it's nice and thick. So honestly, a really cool car, and that's what it looks like with it opened. But we'll go ahead and close that, and I'll show you what you probably want to see the most is the rear engine bay. Before I get to it, I will note that this is honestly a little wobbly, especially when I pick it up from this side. As you can see, it doesn't really do it too much on the other side, but you know, just be really careful when you're picking up. I'd recommend holding it from underneath it and not picking it up from the rear, because this is a movable piece. So without further ado, let's take a look at this rear engine bay. So it does swing up all the way like that. And I remember when I first tried to open it, it was really stiff, but you just use gentle force and get it open. But here's that V12 engine. Look at it. It's honestly finished really nicely. Some wiring, as you can see, there's a Lamborghini badge sitting in the center. And you can see the shocks down here. Yeah, let's just take a look at it a little bit more from the other side. Yeah, so there's really a lot going on back there, and it looks, I'm telling you guys, it looks really good. As you can see, all the extra details that went underneath here. Just really a fantastic looking engine bay, and I wouldn't blame anyone for displaying it with the engine bay up. So I'll go ahead and close that so we can move on to the interior next. And let me do my best to try to open this using the pick, which I always seem to have a very hard time doing, especially when it's on camera. But I think these open pretty nicely using a pick. And so let's take a peek at this interior. So like I said, it's finished kind of with this peanut butter brown interior with some tan around there, some cream, but it looks really good, really classy spec interior. And the carpet follows through to the sides and everything, so it just looks really nice. As you can see, there's some nice buckled seat belts right there. You got your 6-speed manual transmission, and just a really crazy looking gauge cluster. The steering wheel itself does look really good. They use the same materials with the chrome on that steering wheel that they did the outside, so just a lot of lovely you know, things going on in that interior. So I hope you guys got a good view of it. I'll go ahead and close this up, and we'll get to my overall thoughts, which I'm sure you can guess what they are by now. So this is a really nice model, guys. I'm telling you, the fact that I paid $105 for this is out of this world. I mean, we're seeing Lamborghini F40s made by Kyosho go for about $300-ish. And I think this model needs to be up there as well. It's just super special, and just the level of detail that went into it, the quality of the paint, the quality of like just the way it feels really solid in your hands. It's just a really good looking model, and one that I think if you like what you see, I mean, I think you got to get one in your collection now. There's tons of variants, but this one I feel like in particular is super undervalued, and I believe needs to be appreciated a little bit more. So let me know if you guys agree with that in the comments, and if you made it this far, I think you have to like and you have to subscribe. I'm getting ready to get to 200 followers, which I know isn't that much, but once we do, we're gonna take a look at my full entire model car collection, which is obviously very it's pretty extensive, I would say. It's not the biggest one, I'm sure you guys seen it, but it is a lot of cars that I'd like to show you guys. So get me to 200 and we'll show you those cars. But thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take it easy.